Here's your Storm Track 7 forecast.
Good afternoon, I'm Storm Track 7 meteorologist Joshua Franson. Kind of a dreary morning out there. Some fog, mostly cloudy skies. Well, I'm sorry to say it's going to continue into the rest of the day today, and winds also might be a little bit annoying at times, a little bit breezy out of the north today, gusting up to 25 miles an hour, otherwise sustained at about 10 to 20 miles an hour. Get a little bit of wobbling overnight tonight and into tomorrow, but generally this northerly wind is going to help us cool down, and that's going to be quite the change from what we saw over the weekend and last week with near record high temperatures and setting record high temperatures. But the main reason why there's such a huge scale of temperatures today, or at least range, is mainly because we have the stationary front sitting right over us, and the cooler air is to the north of the front, whereas the warmer air is to the south. That's slowly going to start to slide south today. Cloud cover is going to increase as well, and it's going to begin to get a little bit cooler further off to the south and also especially north if you're north of that boundary. But once this boundary does begin to clear our area, we'll become partly cloudy overnight, be a little bit cooler as well, and then into the day tomorrow, well, I'm sorry to say the clouds are going to return throughout the day. We'll see them fill in from the west, both mid-high and, of course, low-level clouds. And those will persist throughout much of the day tomorrow. But overall for today, areas further off to the north on the northern side of that front going to stay cooler in the 30s, but areas a little more southward where you can get a little bit more sunshine, well, they might reach the 50s, be a little bit more mild, be mostly cloudy throughout the day. Tonight, dropping down into the single digits and teens and lower 20s further off to the south. You're going to start getting cooler down there, but at least you'll be sitting a little bit more mild tonight than areas further off to the north. Partly cloudy skies as well. Tomorrow we only get into the 20s, some of us down south into the 30s, but generally in the lower and upper 20s. That's that cooler air really beginning to settle in. And then further ahead on Wednesday, we see the arrival of our next weather system. It'll bring a chance of wintry mix, possibly some ice glazing on the roads as well, around 1/10 of an inch or less between Wednesday and Wednesday night. Can cause some slick spots, so just to make sure you're aware, a lot of us could be seeing some freezing rain, primarily freezing rain, and some sleet. Areas further off to the south might get a little bit of rain once they warm up enough to have that transfer into rain, whereas areas further off to the north could receive some snowfall as well, generally under 1/2 an inch. Now that system does arrive on Wednesday during the afternoon and then will carry throughout the evening until about 4 to 5 a.m. on Thursday. That's why you're noticing this fine line right here on Wednesday. You can think of that as the freezing temperature. The greener temperatures are above freezing, blue below freezing. That just sits right over us on Wednesday. But once that moves on through, it really opens the gateways for more colder air to settle into our area. We're sort of looking at the middle of February being a little bit below normal in terms of temperature. We're returning to that winter weather, and we were spoiled with the above average temperatures last week and the weekend. Well, it's going away pretty quickly here. Here's the temperature outlook February 10th through the 16th, and you can see we're starting to get that cooler air really to settle in as we head into the middle of February. But overall, next few days, at least we'll be a little bit more mild today, and we won't be terrible tomorrow on Wednesday. But we will have that system move through on Wednesday, bringing with it that rain and snow. On the 10-day forecast, well, after that moves through, you can see temperatures really start to wobble down here. Still hanging above average in the 30s on Thursday and Friday, but then another rain snow chance on Saturday, and those temperatures start making their ways into the 20s with those lows getting towards the single digits.